the little spiders. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce our next speaker. The talk will be about Exonicus. Exonicus, the use of virtual reality to enhance medical training. And our presenter, Jānis Kondrāts. Jānis is the co-founder and the chief executive officer of Exonicus, and he's been working also as the chief technical officer, right?
Yes.
At
yes.
Exonicus since 2015. Jāni, the floor is yours. I'm leaving.
Thanks. Hello. Yeah, my name is Jānis Kondrāts. I'm a co-founder of Exonicus. So I will tell you about virtual reality and about our medical training simulator that we have developed for US Army and also for European armies, medics, and military medics and civilian. But before that, I will tell you a little bit about my personal story. This is not how Exonicus trauma simulator started, but this is how my experience was about our product. I was born in a very small city in Latvia, Talsi. It was 24 years back, and it was a very sunny and sunny day at that time, this summer. And this beautiful summer day became a tragedy for this small city where I was born and lived. And that was tragic for our people in this small city. And these tragic accidents happen all over the world, like 9/11, like in Beirut, and also this local one in Maxima. That was very, very tragic and horrible. And these kind of accidents happen all over the world, and it is unexpected, and no one is actually ready at that time. But there are professionals that has to be ready. They have to respond in any case what happens, and these people are those who save lives. And so we have built a training simulator in virtual reality that could help those medics to prepare for those kind of accidents, like major incidents and smaller ones, like saving person in any case. So this virtual reality allows to build scenarios that are lifelike. So these medical students, medical professionals can train in these kind of safe environments. Of course, there are traditional methods to learn medical training, like, for example, lectures, books, and training mannequins. And these, of course, are important, but virtual reality is like a next step or evolution in training, not only medical training, but also any kind of training that can be done like through experience. So, as I mentioned, these major incidents happen, and this is very horrible, and it is good that these incidents happen less and less, and the world is safer and safer. But anyhow, these kind of like accidents happen all over the world, and these medical professionals has to be ready. And when you face these kind of accidents, you have to make a decision in split second, and you don't have time to think and feel and anything. So you have to do the drill. And these kind of skills are decision-making skills that can be taught through different kind of methods. And for example, for using virtual reality, you can basically have a stress testing sensor that tracks stress response in real time, and it is possible to make these kind of scenarios based on each individual. So, for example, if you face like very traumatic accidents that person is not ready emotionally, and this can cause PTSD that afterwards it will be very hard to live. So we propose, and we are building basically a scenario that is adaptive to those stress levels of each individual trainee. So, for example, to give smaller experiences with less injured people, and to give bigger accidents with more people, and these kind of situations can be learned. Along the way, we showed our product to medical universities and medical training simulation centers and hospitals around the world, and we faced a problem. This problem is that this virtual headset is connected to a powerful gaming computer, and this doesn't allow the trainee to walk freely using virtual reality. So this wire is a problem. And also expensive gaming computer is a problem, so therefore we ask for help. And these cooperation partners responded and helped. And we did an experiment with Latvian Army, together with Latvijas Mobilais Telefons and others, to build a prototype that unlocks the possibility to stream virtual reality from the cloud straight to the headset without any gaming computer. So, and this kind of experiment was not possible without 5G. So that was a really great test, and then showed potential. Also did a case study together with research partners, Riga Students University and Latvia's Ministry of Defense. And this kind of a case study was to compare traditional training mannequin with virtual one. And the result was good. It showed that this kind of training simulator can be used in medical training, and especially in COVID time when it's hard to do the face-to-face trainings. And so we did another experiment using our trauma simulator virtual reality. We did a transnational test through overseas and connected medical professionals and students around the world in one training scenario, which is a military tent. And these people were connected through different places. They can be in home or in hospital or training simulation center, wherever they have the headset and internet connection. So these people connected in one shared virtual world, basically in real time, they could do the training safely without COVID interference and without any such risks. And you can run these training scenarios again and again, many times, and it's possible in virtual reality. So this kind of virtual reality is increasing. People are using it more and more. It's while this technology is adapting and improving, for example, headsets are getting smaller, the resolution is getting better and better, and you don't need a gaming computer which costs 2,000 or 3,000, and you have a very fast internet connection, for example 5G, and people are using it more and more to build experiences, build training simulators, not only ours, but for example surgery and nuclear plant, these kind of places where it's very expensive and it's dangerous to learn. It's hard to just switch off the nuclear plant and show how to turn off or turn on these kind of very, very hard and very expensive and complex and dangerous devices. So virtual reality is a safe environment where you can train and do mistakes and and in the real world, nothing happens. The future of virtual reality, of course, there will be photorealistic AI avatars around, like chatbots, for example. You can talk through chatbots, through typing, but in virtual reality or augmented reality, it will be possible to talk with them, like with real persons, real people. Like they will be your assistants, they will be your teachers, or just friends. And you won't be able to distinguish between a real person and virtual one. So this kind of will open new doors and new ways how to live. These kind of networks like 5G, and there are 6G and 7G in the research pipeline for scientists. So these kind of networks will allow streaming virtual reality like very fast, and you won't be able to distinguish between it is connected or it's not, and you can use it wherever you like. And also haptics, like for virtual reality, right now it's possible to simulate what you see, so through eyes, through senses, but it is possible to feel with hands what you touch in virtual reality. And also smell can be simulated, hearing can be simulated, and all of these senses can be simulated in using these kind of sensors like haptic gloves and then others. So I think in like 5 years it will be possible to simulate all the senses, and the virtual reality won't be able to be distinguished between reality and then virtual one. And of course, in the world there's a crisis with a global crisis, which is global warming, and it is that today we use a lot of materials for training, like these plastic materials, medical equipments, training mannequins, and everything. So we can build virtual tools, virtual medical equipment. We can build a virtual training center and train there, where there's no need for those physical things that are being thrown away, then like burned, and then it's up there in the sky where it's harming the world. And of course, these medical students, and teachers and instructors, they live, work, and they have to travel around. So using virtual reality, you can be easily in one place and the second place, and you can like teleport basically to the training center, which is virtual one. So there's no need to waste gas and then other energy types. And of course, it's productive, more productive for virtual reality that you can basically turn your room into a virtual training center. And of course, it's not possible without partners that can help, from research, from government, from industry, and then this is a great time to build together innovations like trauma simulator. Thank you.
Ar visu galdu? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's use the opportunity that Jānis is here in person, and I've got a question. At Exonicus, how many employees do you have?
We have altogether 10.
10, so it's quite a small company.
Yes.
And doing quite well at the moment, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I kind of overslept if you mentioned it in your presentation. Sorry about that. But anything out of that virtual reality, is it already implemented in the teaching process anywhere in Latvia, at the Stradiņš University, for example?
It is that Stradiņš University have done the case study with students and did a research, but it's not yet been used.
So it's in an experimental way?
Yes.
partly. And what do you think in a time frame, when approximately will this virtual reality be the reality in the studying process?
I think it needs to be like validated and improved because it's a deep tech. It's a very hard and complex product we are developing, and it needs to be like perfect because you don't want to teach students like incorrect decisions making, and that means we need more and more improving. And I think in 1 year or 2 years, maybe, yeah, it will be possible to already like, yeah.
Okay, that fast, in 1-2 years. And also, there was a slide where it said that 1% of the students which were wearing these glasses were, let's say, getting sick or even worse. So do you consider it a problem in the future?
This is yes, it is a problem. I think not all like students experience or motion sickness, it's called. Therefore, it is important to get rid of this wire, as I mentioned in my story, that you can freely walk, not using the controllers, because when you sit and use controllers in virtual reality, you walk basically and you sit in reality, and that makes a like confusion in your brain, and that makes you sick. But not all of people, just like few percents of them. So, but this study was made with this wire and with this like, I would say, obstacles. But we will do another case study with Latvijas University. We just started conversations, and they will research this motion sickness, how it affects brain, and how is it like good or is it bad, or is it, and then this is another case study that will be done here in Latvia.
In the future? Right?
In this year, next year, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Jānis Kondrāts, Exonicus. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.